Mom, my eyes are up here. And she's like, I'm sorry, Journey, but your boobs are just out. Like, sorry, I don't know what you want from me. I'm a 15-year-old. I want the attention. There's a hot lifeguard. You can't tell me what to do. Hello!
Hi!
Welcome back to another episode of Sometimes Ciabatta Slaps.
I'm Mak.
I'm Jubes.
And today's episode is all about self-love.
Yeah.
For Love Month.
We've left up our decorations. Not because I forgot to take them down or anything, but because we think that it's good to have a festive month.
They're a permanent part of our set.
You'll see them forever.
Unless you're an audio listener, and in that case,
and then they've got no idea what I'm talking about.
Disregard it. Disregard.
Our background always looks the same in audio.
So yesterday, Journey and I had a really fun girls' day.
Yes.
Where we went. What was her intuitive?
Is she intuitive counselor?
Intuitive counselor.
Yeah.
So like spiritual healer kind of stuff, and then we went for live blood cell analysis.
Yes.
She's like, oh my god, girls' day, like,
yeah, literally.
Some people get hair and nails, and we're like, no, spiritual healing and live blood cell analysis.
We went out for supper afterwards, and they're like, so, like, what are you up to? And we're just like, just a girls' day, you know, like, fun stuff.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was a really good day, actually.
Yeah, no, I felt good about it. I don't know how much I've talked about this on the podcast, but once upon a time, my gut health went really bad and my hair started falling out. And, yeah, she's just like, oh yeah, you're doing a lot of the same things. And I'm like, okay, good.
Love that.
Let's not get back to the hair falling out part, but let's get everything going normally again. So
let's maybe address that before it becomes an issue.
I will be back on my supplement regimen again. Not just a daily multivitamin.
Yeah. And I'm taking the most supplements I've ever taken in my entire life. So,
yeah. But
that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I really hope it works, though.
I think, yeah.
I'm really excited to see where I am in 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a follow-up in 2 months, so we get to do it all again. Another girl's day.
It was really interesting because, like, the intuitive counselor that we went to, she does, like, she calls it a rose reading. So there's a spirit that talks to her,
about what to draw.
Yeah. And she learned she was a 6-year-old little girl, and that's why her roses don't look like roses. Because she was like, why can't you make me like a famous artist? Like, I just want to do that. But yeah, so she draws these roses, and like the colors and the shape and the placement and everything else kind of all means different things, which was really cool. And yeah, I had Archangel Metatron. And apparently he's quite the guy, and she was like, oh my goodness, I've never seen him before. That's what you look like. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's
he's a
fun.
traveler.
Yeah. And I was like, you're really not helping my God complex, being like, wow, I've never seen that before. And I'm like, yeah, it's so special.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really fun.
She's affirmed everything that I kind of know about myself.
Yeah.
And whatnot. She's like, oh, you're a talker. And you're a little bit rebellious. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
that would be me.
Well, yeah, it was just so weird to like go into like a stranger's house, even though I'd met her before when I was younger, and just have her like peg us so completely and just be like, yeah, I can read you inside and out. Like, I know basically everything. And I'm like, wow, that's really crazy.
Yeah.
And then it was weird because I almost felt like the live blood analysis was more exposing of who I was than the intuitive counseling. Like, I felt almost more shy about talking about the live blood analysis than the intuitive counseling.
Well, because we're in a room together. Usually you do these things alone. But Jordan and I are like, no.
We do everything together.
Because we're driving an hour and a half to get this done. We're going together.
Well, and we learned we're very similar, even
for
with
both of
what's
them.
Wrong with our blood. what our spirits are telling us, what chakras are open or closed.
Yeah.
Like, wow, this is gonna be a really easy day.
Yeah. No, in the live blood cell analysis, the reason also it's awkward though is because like she's like, how's your sex life going? And are you pooping regularly? Just all these things that you don't necessarily you talk to your friends about, but not always like.
But you don't necessarily volunteer the information, right? You're like, oh yeah, do you go every day? Yeah. What's it like? Well, I don't want to expand. Even to you, the professional.
No, long story short, it's good.
Yeah.
We're doing great. I'm feeling spiritually lighter and soon physically lighter, so.
Right? I don't know. I'm waiting for that brain fog to clear.
Mm-hmm. I'll keep you updated if you so desire.
Yeah. The quality's just going to go crazy good in the next 2 months. You'll be like, wow, this is what they've been missing.
Yes.
Oh, well.
All right, so I guess to get into self-love, we're going to start with what is it? Self-love is essentially a state of appreciation for oneself, and it grows from actions that support our physical, physiological, psychological, physical and physiological.
Hey.
Not to be confused with psychological and spiritual growth. And this is different from like self-compassion. Like a lot of self-love and self-compassion can overlap. Mm-hmm. Self-compassion is like the ability to forgive yourself and be gentle with your mistakes.
Yeah.
Which self-compassion is a form of self-love. But we're talking self-love as a whole. Mm-hmm. Which is not just like hashtag rosé and face masks. It's a little bit more than that.
Yeah. Well, a very important thing is like accepting yourself as you are in this very moment for everything that you are, but also being willing to take accountability for your mistakes and learn from them and just be accountable for your actions, past, present, and future kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And that's where a lot of compassion comes in to support that. Mm-hmm. So it's important because it has a positive effect on like your well-being, your mental fitness, and relationships. Taking care of your own needs and not sacrificing your well-being to please others, and then not settling for less than you deserve. And so oftentimes this leads to like lower stress and higher resilience, more willing to take positive risks to make your life better for yourself.
Well, exactly. And even with the live blood analysis, she was like looking and she's like, oh my goodness, Journey, you carry on, you have so much emotional garbage like in your blood. You need to let that go.
Which goes back to the whole psychosomatic, like your brain and your thoughts does affect your physical health so much, and vice versa. Yeah. Right. And this is proving it because it's in your blood. And she's like, listen, your immunity is suffering because of this.
So so I need to practice self-love and get to the point where I'm like taking care of my own needs and not people pleasing so much and hanging on to stuff that no longer serves me. Mm-hmm.
Well, because both the intuitive counselor and the live blood said to Journey,
you gotta let some shit go.
Who hurt you? You gotta let this emotional baggage go.
Yeah, because she was like feeling on my back for one of my like back chakras, and she's like, "Who stabbed you in the back?" Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh.
And then for the live blood, she's same thing. She's like, "Yeah, you have these really like these muscles down your back. They're just really tense in this like one spot."
Mm-hmm. I was like, "Yeah, that's correct."
Oh, but. Yeah, for self-love, it also makes you more empathetic towards others, higher self-efficacy, and better at setting boundaries.
Mm-hmm. All good things.
Yeah.
That I don't have. No, it's just the boundaries.
Yeah. So overall, it just makes you like more resilient to life and just more appreciative and grateful and just, I don't know, lighter. Yeah. It makes the mind lighter.
It just, it takes some weight off your shoulders when you're not worried about what other people think of you because you love yourself and you don't care. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter.
Why is self-love so hard? There's so many societal standards, so many societal pressures, amongst peers, amongst celebrities, social media, parents, friends, school. Yeah. And people, I think, just take it on.
100%. Like a lot of like the insecurities of other people are just being like projected onto you, so it might not be something that you initially had, but after hanging out with certain people you then adopt their insecurities as well.
And that's just part of, I guess, growing in life. When I was looking up why self-love is hard, another page brought up negativity bias. And so negativity bias is the tendency to not only register negative stimuli more readily, but also to dwell on these events. Yeah. Meaning you often disregard all the positive things that happen in your day.
Yeah.
And you then focus on like the one shitty customer that you had, or the one like
negative interaction
who cut you off in traffic, and you hold on to that. And people often do. It's a survival tactic.
Yeah.
It's once upon a time, you're not gonna, like, when you're foraging for berries, you're not gonna be like, oh yeah, this bush of berries, delicious, loved it, best berries I've ever had. You're gonna think about the bear who came out of the woods and tried to fight you for these berries.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of with that whole thing, it's the why let 10 seconds of a bad moment ruin your entire day. Like, you need to learn to let that go.
Because emotions are only supposed to be felt for 6 seconds.
6 seconds, something that we are trying to learn and practice in our everyday life.
Yeah.
We being me.
By we, I mean Journey.
Only me.
No, but even, I don't know, me too. Like, I think everyone has it, right? Because emotion, again, the fact that they're supposed to only last for 6 seconds blows my mind, because...
Yeah. That's such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Like...
But when you're talking, I guess, nerves firing and going from thought to out your toes or whatever...
That's got to be such a long amount of time for neurons to stay, like, stimulated. Crazy.
But we can hold on to things for decades.
Years.
And
I have, and it shows. It's in my back.
It's causing you back pain.
And I hate it.
Again, psychosomatic, everything there. It's so true.
Yep.
Another reason why self-love is hard is a lot of learned behaviors, right? So witnessing your parents, guardians, siblings, those who are older than you as you were a child, the way they speak about themselves and treat others, and even talk to you, say things about you.
Yeah.
You're learning that these things are not okay, or like if your mother, for example, if your female mother doesn't like her size and is constantly being like dad compliments mom and mom's like, oh no, I'm fat, and da-da-da.
Yeah, exactly.
You're brushing that off. You're like, oh no, I can't be loved because I'm fat.
Yeah.
Right? But love is so much more than your physical appearance.
100%.
And if someone loves you and they're complimenting your appearance, you should know that they love you for things other than your appearance.
Exactly. You're like, you need to love people for more than just their appearance, because appearance fades. Right? And it's not the root of everything. Like, you need to be able to love yourself through no matter what you look like, because you're always stuck with yourself. It shouldn't matter.
Exactly.
You should like yourself enough to love yourself through every bodily change.
Yeah. And so even when this passes on to children, right? Because even when you don't feel like you're prettiest, for example, right? Note that your kid doesn't matter. They don't care how you look like. They love you for who you are now.
Exactly.
Right?
They don't see any flaws with you.
But if you're saying, oh, mom, you look pretty, you're like, oh, no, like, I have a gray hair, and oh, I have... Yeah. You're passing on those negative emotions about appearance onto your child. Yeah. And they're going to then grow up with societal standards and da-da-da-da-da.
Exactly.
To be like, yeah, no, I'm not either.
Yeah.
So confirmation bias is that people tend to favor information that aligns with their core beliefs.
Yeah.
So... if you, in your core belief, if you're like, no, I'm ugly, you're going to attract other people who have the same belief, and then you're like, yeah, no, we're all worth nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And that does nothing for anyone.
But to be optimistic, if you reverse it, it does the reverse as well, right? If you attract gratitude and love, and you're open to like genuine, pure hearts coming into your life, you're going to attract said people.
Yes,
because you're not going to tolerate anything less than.
Exactly,
right?
yeah. It's like, I think we said it in Badass Habits, where it's like, surround yourself by the people who have the same values as you, so that it just makes it easier to keep those values. And
so if self-love is one of your values, surround yourself with people who have self-love and show compassion and
or really want to are working towards having better self-love with you.
Exactly. And then lastly, attachment styles. As we know, our insecurely attached queens.
That on a sweater. Insecurely attached queens. We just might. I love
it. We have a little bit of issues with ourselves, and we put other people on pedestals or not on pedestals, depending on which insecure attachment you have. But yeah, your attachment styles can attribute to your self-love, and it just same thing as like the learned behaviors, right? It's something you see growing up and you're felt or whatnot.
It's just what you're exposed to.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which is kind of tough, but self-love isn't really like, there's little things you can do to practice self-love, and these can kind of look like they're as simple as talking to and about yourself with love. So instead of saying, oh, I look fat today, be like, oh, I look really good today. Or just like, I look today. I have eyes. I can see my body. I have a body.
Or find something like, oh, I love my hair. Or, oh, my eyes are looking bright. And
exactly.
Find something else that you're not focusing in on your stomach or your cellulite or your stretch marks or your whatever. Focus on, you're like, I really like my smile today. Or,
exactly.
I've got a beautiful soul.
Yeah, just little things. Because an important thing with self-love that I learned from another podcast is that it's difficult to go from self-hate to self-love. So even just meeting in the middle of like self-neutrality where you're just okay with it. You're not necessarily over the moon with it, but you're getting there, right? So even just getting to a place of neutrality is important too. But also self-love can look like prioritizing yourself. So whether that's in the form of like a mani-pedi, a haircut, a workout class,
saying no.
Yes, exactly. Quitting your job, getting a different job, like vacuuming your house, like all these things. And then just like giving yourself a break from self-judgment. So don't be quite so hard on yourself. We're all flawed human beings. You're not alone. Trust yourself. Trust that you know what's best. Your gut is more often than not right. Yeah. Be true to yourself and what you believe and what you value. Be nice to yourself and what you believe and what you value. Set healthy boundaries, which goes along with prioritizing yourself. Forgive yourself when you're being hard on yourself. So recognize that if there was a day where you kind of faltered in your practicing of self-love, just be like, okay, that was a really tough day. Where can I go from here? It's okay. Sometimes everyone fails, right? Like, this isn't a contest. Listen to your body. If you're working out 7 days a week and you're just so tired and you hurt so much, just like take that rest day.
Rest days are productive.
They're so important. Rest is so productive.
Because you're healing your cells.
When you work out, you're literally tearing muscle. It needs time to like repair itself. So,
but even when you're sick, that's your body's way of forcing you to rest. Like, that is productive. Your healing is productive.
Exactly. You need time to just do nothing. And that goes along with taking breaks from work to just move and stretch, especially if you're in an office job. Stand up every once in a while. Go for a walk around. Just kind of move your body. I
used to do this thing in university. In Finland specifically, I had a lot of friends that we'd be like studying together, and out of nowhere we'd be like sitting there for hours, and we're like, I need to move. And so I have this vivid memory of this one friend of mine and we're in this random hallway side spot, and we're doing jumping jacks, squat jumps, tuck jumps, full on fitness circuit. And some of our other friends walked by and we're like, what the heck?
What are they doing?
What are you guys on? Because we're just full on exercise circuit in the middle of this quiet hallway because we lost it.
But that's important, right? Because
we stayed staring at a computer for like 3 hours. You're like, okay, I need to move.
Yeah, it's bad for your posture and it can cause blood clots. So don't be afraid to move.
Yeah.
Putting your phone down and connect to yourself or others and or exploring your creative side. So don't be afraid to disconnect from like social media, your phone, your computer, just like unless that's the way that you unwind. Like for Bryce, he's not on his phone or his computer all day, so when he comes home, the way he unwinds is to play video games. Whereas I'm on my phone and my computer most of the day, so when I come home, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So it's just other ways to do that. And then eating healthily, but sometimes indulging in your favorite food. So as we have learned, eating food is very important in what you use to fuel your body. There's so many different things. But it's also not fair to yourself to cut out everything that you love if it doesn't fall in that healthy bracket.
Well, and that's where the whole 80-20 rule comes into play. And 80-20 not being like Monday to Friday you are eating perfectly clean and all vegetables and everything health and da da da. And then on Saturday, Sunday, you're overindulging in bad foods, quote unquote bad foods.
Yeah.
It's like 80% of your day is good, and then you have 20% of your intake that day is like for your soul. If it's not quote unquote good, if it's a treat, if it's whatever you want.
Yeah.
And just moderation is ultimate, right? Because one chocolate chip cookie is not going to set you overboard.
No, definitely not.
Right.
And especially if you're having a bad mental health day and like the thing stopping you from eating is the fact that you only have ingredients for a salad and you don't have the energy to make a salad, but you can order like a burger or something. It just matters that you're eating, really, at the end of the day.
Knowing moderation and stuff, whatnot around food is
key. Yeah.
All right. So where can you start with self-love? So I guess depending on how bad you are.
Yeah.
Which is a really weird way to put it. Depends on how self-hating you are.
Yeah.
Possibly therapy.
On a scale of 1 to 10. Sorry.
How much do you hate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? Myers-Briggs it.
List of worst things to ask your first date.
Or best. I mean, that's true. There's a lot of red flags. So yeah, depending on how deep you are and how much you hate yourself, therapy is possibly a good first place to start. Because cognitive behavioral therapy has been shown to help with self-love, because it is just bringing back value in yourself and making yourself important and putting time into yourself.
And they can give you the tools to help you practice self-love.
But if therapy isn't for you, ultimately look inward to decide what you like to do. If like in forms of practice for self-love, right? If you're sitting and you're feeling really crappy about yourself and you're like, oh, my joints are stiff and I have no energy and da da da. Well, what exercises do you like? Do you like exercise, right? Yeah. Because just saying, oh yeah, go work out doesn't always work.
No, it doesn't.
Work out. But like, are you a yoga person? Are you a HIIT person? Are you going for a run person?
Yeah, or even just going for a walk around the neighborhood. Yeah, swimming.
Do you like hikes? Like, whatever form of movement you enjoy, take that, roll with it, practice it, and that is a form of self-love. Exactly. Right?
Or even if there's just something that you feel is like missing from your life that you think bringing in, like playing the piano, like I've really been missing playing the piano. I think it would be fun to get a keyboard. Yeah. So then go and find a keyboard. Kijiji has lots of cheap ones. You can find them on Facebook Marketplace and get one and play the keyboard. Yeah. And that would also be a form of self-love.
And a good tip for this, if you don't know where to start when looking inward, think about what you enjoyed as a child. Yeah. Like what brought you joy as a kid. Yeah. And start there. Yeah. Because oftentimes it's forgotten. Yeah. And I've seen a lot of adults and friends, family, strangers and stuff that I've met that when you see that they're like frustrated with their life, a lot of it, they're missing out on something that they did as a kid. One of
their core values so go listen to our core beliefs and childhood episodes. Yeah. Because that also helps, because we talked about what we valued at that time too.
Definitely. Affirmations have also been found to help rewire your brain to shift your perspective of yourself. This comes from, well, yeah, I said it's rewiring. Gratitude practice then also shifts your vibration into positive and accepting and abundance. Yes. Rather than negative, lack, and whatnot. And it can be so cheesy, and it oftentimes is. People roll their eyes if they're like, I'm not going to sit and stare at myself in the mirror and say I love myself. But if you do,
you should.
You'd be surprised to see where it will get you, because saying something out loud gives it life, gives it meaning. Writing it down gives it life, gives it meaning, and that can help.
Yeah, you're speaking life into the sentence, and then if you say it enough times, you will begin to believe it.
Exactly.
Do you practice affirmations?
Not outwardly. Yeah. No, but I have a lot of vision boards with a lot of affirmations. That's fun. I just made my vision board the other night. Yeah. Was it early this week? Nope, today's Wednesday. It was last week.
Yeah, I know. We were on our way to our girls' day, and I was like, is today Thursday? No, it's Monday. Yeah. Okay, good. Great start.
So that's where I have a lot of my vision boards that I make have affirmations on there, and I use that as a visual to remind myself. Okay, but I don't sit in the mirror and say it.
Yeah.
I probably should, but...
Yeah, I don't. I definitely, I see them, and I'm very intrigued by them, and I'd love to start doing them to see if they would work. But I feel so silly that I haven't gotten past the, like, point of feeling silly to actually start doing them. So maybe I'll start doing that and let you guys know how it goes.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, yeah.
Another thing I've talked about before is food. So emotions tied to certain foods will lower your vibration, and that sounds so...
We need to do an episode on vibration, because I feel like we talk about it a lot, but we've never actually explained, like, what it is.
Yeah. Which episode was it? Was it that I talked about with the whole, like, good food has higher vibration, which makes you... Was it sad?
I think it was sad, yeah.
Yeah. So in our seasonal affective disorder episode, I talk about it more, but essentially healthy food moves at a higher vibration. And so when you are eating healthy food, you will notice that you might be clearing out negative emotions. And that's why you want to go back to your comfort foods, quote unquote, because these comfort foods is what you know. But if you want to grow, you have to shift through the uncomfortable phase to get better and feel better and do better. And
exactly.
That's also why a lot of people you see who often have drastic weight loss differences and keep the weight off is because they've realized that they can't eat those quote unquote bad foods or negative foods that they used to eat before. Yeah. And again, if you're struggling with eating altogether, just eat. Just get calories in. But if you are actively trying to shift your diet and body and at a cellular level, you've got to have these positive, whole, healthy foods. And my personal experience is that I can't have like normal chocolate bars anymore. I find them way too sweet.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And fast food, like A&W, I used to love A&W, way too salty.
Oh, really? I haven't got there quite yet.
It bugs me. And I notice it when I have it. I do indulge every so often. Yeah. But I'm like, holy, that is so much sodium. I can't do that.
Yeah, well, I noticed the last couple of times, like when we got A&W before IKEA, right?
Taco time after IKEA.
Oh, I followed you to A&W one day.
Oh, it was after recording one day.
Oh, okay, yeah. So after we got A&W that day, I noticed that it just didn't it wasn't as satisfying. It didn't taste as good, and I didn't feel good after. No. And then I tried it again the other day because I thought it was just the burger that I got, because normally I get a chicken burger, but I got a teen burger, and just beef burgers aren't whatever. And I still didn't feel good after. And I was like, that's so weird.
Yeah, because you're shifting your vibration, you're doing all these things that are healthy and active for your body. Yeah. And you just don't want it anymore, and so...
Yeah, I was like, that's just not satisfying.
And then, it takes actions on needs rather than wants. That's where a lot of discipline comes into play with it, too. But again, if your discipline is so hard on yourself that you're making yourself depressed, then it's not the right... Yeah. It's not discipline for the right cause. Exactly. So that's where coming back into your self, and then make room for healthy habits. If you want to know habit forming,
listen to Badass Habits.
We've got an episode for that, so you can go back and check that out.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's important to understand that self-love isn't actually selfish, because being selfish is taking care of yourself without regard for others, while self-love is more caring for yourself while still being considerate of others.
Caring for yourself so you can have space for others.
Exactly, yeah.
At first you might pull away. I'm definitely one when I'm needing a Mac moment, I will not talk to anybody.
But again, I feel like that's
self-proclaimed extrovert.
Yeah, like sometimes you just need to just be by yourself. And I'm also guilty of just like, some days I just need a break from my phone, so I just won't talk to anyone. Like I just need a phone-free day, right? So it can be a form of others, what? Form of others. It can... Oh my goodness.
I don't touch my phone, so suddenly I'm dirty.
I'm a form of others. Oh gosh. That's funny. A form of self-love, I think, is what I was trying to say. When we were at Live Blood Analysis, the lady was like, so where's the coffee shop that you work at? And I said the completely wrong town. And Michaela was like, Journey, no, it's in this place. And I was like,
You've only driven there every day
for the last 18 months. I was like, if you weren't there, I would have just went with it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so in order to love others, you need to love yourself. So that's another reason why it isn't selfish, is because you're learning to love yourself, like Max said, so you can have room for other people and love them as well. And it just allows you to create a positive attitude towards yourself and others again. Like, it just gives you a positive mindset and you're just happy-go-lucky. But also it is allowing you to set healthy boundaries with people, whereas selfishness is you're setting boundaries, but they're not healthy for you or the other person. And yeah, self-love also allows you to open your heart and get in touch with your feelings and emotions, which is also very important to understand what you're feeling and why you're feeling and how to move through that feeling, even though they're supposed to last 6 seconds. But so it's a lot of thinking in 6 seconds. But yeah, it's not selfish to practice self-love if you're doing it in a healthy way. But yeah.
See? And this can affect your relationships in many ways, right? There's the whole cliche of you can't love yourself, or you can't love someone else until you love yourself first. RuPaul has made it a personality trait to say that on every RuPaul's Drag Race thing. Yeah. But it's true though, right? Like, how can you actually genuinely love someone if you don't love yourself first?
Exactly.
Right? A lot of it's going to breed insecurity. And so jealousy and insecurity then will come up if you don't. And that's where, toxic relationships and blow ups and all that. It's not a healthy relationship if you're getting into bad relationships, because you accept the love you think you deserve. And so if you think you deserve the bare minimum, you're going to accept the bare minimum.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And then being toxic towards like your friends or relationships, friends, family, romance, etc., because you don't feel good. So you try to tear other people down, or you might have had that experience with someone who tries to tear you down. And you're like, why? I thought we're friends. Like,
exactly. Yeah. It's like what I mentioned at the beginning, where it's others' insecurities projecting onto other people. But in this situation, it's your insecurities you're projecting them onto other people.
So it can go both ways. So just recognize that if someone is a quote unquote friend and is being rude to you, there is a lot of truth to the whole, like, oh, it's not you, it's them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? They're trying to tear you down because they don't feel good about themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
But hard to comprehend when you're a kid.
Oh, 100%. But yeah. So like that being said, self-love can be a little bit toxic, especially if it requires you to disconnect emotionally and or put a positive spin on situations that require a bit of healthy shame. Because an important part of self-love is reflecting on situations for self-growth or reevaluation of core values.
So overindulgence in spending on clothing.
Yes.
Negative form of self-love.
Yeah. It's...
No.
Yeah. There's no words. So like toxic self-love will create some sort of penalty or cost for others, most often through boundary violations, negative communication patterns, or disrespectful behaviors. So a form of this will be someone set a boundary, it hurt your feelings, you don't respect that boundary because you feel that your hurt feelings are more important than their boundary. And so as an act of your self-love to make her feelings not hurt anymore, you think violating their boundary is going to fix that. It's kind of almost like I've seen TikToks about this where people are like, I don't know if they specify narcissists or if it was just like toxic people who have gone to therapy enough to grasp some concept but use it as a manipulation tactic for others to like not respect them. That's kind of what the toxic self-love made me think of. It's like, okay, I understand this, but I'm going to use it in the completely wrong way because it's all that I think that I know or whatever. But,
well, it's like self-handicapping in many ways, right?
Yeah. So. But joyous, nonetheless.
That's my middle name.
Joyous. Okay, Joyous. Well, the intuitive counselor kept saying that you were like so much joy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I so badly wanted to be like, her middle name's Joy. Did you know that? Her middle name's Joy.
Middle name, don't wear it out.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, so good. Can you have self-love without self-awareness, though? It's... Self-love without self-awareness is useless, though, because it doesn't allow you the space or ability to grow or evolve into a better version of yourself.
Yeah.
So you have to be aware to the point that you know that you're having these, like, self-destructive behaviors or toxic habits in order to actually put self-love into practice.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, you need to be aware that you're violating boundaries or you're not communicating properly or you've just experienced a situation that you need to learn from in order to have true self-love.
And so that being said, achieving a state of self-love can help you with awareness.
Yes, definitely.
Because they can recognize when you're like, oh, I just need some space for myself. Like, I'm not being my best partner, friend, daughter, whatever.
I kind of need to redirect a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
then versus, like, ego and narcissism. So narcissism is an excessive self-absorption and self-interest. Narcissism is generally associated with poor mental health, typically a result of low self-esteem, and they need reassurance and adoration in order to make themselves feel adequate.
Yeah. It's almost the opposite of self-love.
Yeah.
Because you don't love yourself at all. You need other people to tell you that you are such a great and amazing person in order to feel some feelings of like appreciation towards yourself. And even then they
peacock their feathers enough so that it comes off as confidence. Oftentimes it's not true confidence.
It's not so much. But yeah, it's just whereas self-love is unapologetically putting yourself first and being proud and confident in your achievements, like we said at the beginning.
All right, and so to wrap it all up, we're gonna give you some tips for self-love.
Tips and tricks.
You want to start?
Sure. Okay, so there are roughly 7 pillars of self-care, which are mental, emotional, physical, environmental, spiritual, recreational, and social. And so it's important that you're taking care of each of these 7 pillars in order to create a well-rounded self-care, self-love. And so, the first one, mental, you need to create a healthy mindset through mindfulness and curiosity. And so mindfulness is just the ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. I find I struggle a lot with that because I do get very overwhelmed very quickly. But in order to achieve mindfulness, you can practice meditation. You can create a brain dump list at the start of every day to kind of just get your thoughts out there. You can take an intentional break from screen time and insert short pauses into everyday life where you kind of just pause, sit, take stock of what's going on, just stop what you're doing and just kind of just be in the moment.
And there's multiple tips out there for these pauses. Like, list off 5 things you see, 4 things you smell.
Oh, yeah,
2 things you hear. Like, just working with your senses or taking a pause and be like, wow, the sunset looks gorgeous right now. Right?
Yeah, and just, take that pause and go outside or open a window and just get that fresh air.
Emotional is essentially just creating healthy coping strategies for any stresses. So watching your favorite movie, listening to music, writing positive affirmations for yourself, asking for help when you need it, and setting boundaries. AKA everything that we talk about
in self-soothing.
Self-soothing, yes.
So listen to that episode if you want help on emotional self-love.
Yeah.
And so then you have physical, which is taking care of your body with rest, nutrition, and movement. So eat your meals at regular times, drink lots of water, take multivitamins, get a good night's sleep, work out or moving your body in some way fairly regularly. So things we tried to do on our girls' day.
Yes, exactly. Environmental, taking care of the places around you and the places that you love. There's also another cliche phrase out there that has so much truth to this, is that your outward space is a reflection of your internal space. And so a clean room is a clean mind.
Yeah.
At many times. And so really putting that into practice, right? Rearrange your workspace, explore new places, declutter your living space, and go for walks outside. Like, become in tune with your environment and what's there, and so you're not overwhelmed by it.
Exactly. And I found that the other day I had to deep clean our entire house before I could start research, even though I didn't have a lot of time for research, because I was like, I cannot focus. I cannot sit down and actually research until our house is clean.
Very much so.
So then we have spiritual, which are activities that give you a sense of meaning. So this can include spending time in nature, finding a community, identifying the values that are most important to you, and volunteering.
Or go with your friend to an intuitive counselor.
Exactly. Just literally anything that gives you a sense of purpose. It doesn't have to be religion or anything like that. Just something that allows you to just be more mindful and just grateful.
Make your soul happy. Recreational, make time for hobbies and activities that interest you. Go on an adventure. Take time to relax and do nothing. Play board games or video games, and switch up your daily routine. Try a new hobby.
Exactly.
Always wanted to cross stitch? Learn how to cross stitch. Like,
exactly.
There's so many resources and things that you can just go and do. Even like paint nights. If you find paint therapeutic, find a paint night.
Well, yeah, and it's like there's so many tutorials on YouTube and stuff that if you want to learn how to cross stitch but don't know where to start, or crochet or knit, there's so many YouTube tutorials that like the world's at your fingertips.
Yeah, just take action on these desires.
Exactly. And so then lastly we have social, which is building relationships and making connections with healthy boundaries. So connecting with friends, calling relatives, writing a letter to a friend, talking to a support group, and chatting with an online community.
Yeah, and a good habit, I guess, if you want a full, well-rounded self-love, or if you want to know what areas you're lacking in self-love, you could do a pinwheel as a common shape, or you can just do a list of each of these 7 pillars and write down what, like, 3 things for each that you enjoy.
Exactly.
And make a plan to schedule in one of these things every day of your week.
Yeah.
So you know you're achieving all of your
pillars.
Yes, all of your pillars.
Yeah, because there's 7. There's 7 days in the week. Oh, I didn't even make that connection.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And if you can't think of something, then you might be lacking in that area and you want...
Yeah, Google some ways to, or listen to this episode and find some ways to fill that pillar.
Void. Exactly. Yeah. And that's pretty much the gist of it that we have for our bulk of the episode.
Yeah.
But we have a fun little segment.
Yay.
So today's segment is basically smash or pass, but self-love edition.
Yes.
So I have this article of 68 self-care ideas, and Jordan and I are just going to go through some and smash or pass.
I'm excited.
First one, Jordan. Light some candles.
Pass.
Me too. Pass. I am so particular about candles, and I can only light them for like 15 minutes before I get a headache. So.
Well, and even if they're unscented, like, I'm not just going to light a candle to light a candle because I'm going to be so afraid it's going to like burn my house down.
Exactly. Change up your hair or wardrobe every once in a while.
Smash. Smash so hard. Smash.
Oh, yeah, I'll go smash, but like a light smash, not a smash.
Mine's
so
like
hard.
a break the button.
I do buy a lot of stuff, but I don't know. I feel like it's a distraction, not a self-love thing for me. Have designated time for using your phone or laptop.
Pass. I wouldn't stick to it.
Yeah. If it's really bugging you, like, absolutely.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm able to distance myself enough from social media that doesn't actually affect my mental. Commit to a daily fitness routine that makes self-care, not results, a priority. Smash so hard.
I'm a lightly smash. I want to make it a hard smash, but right now it's a light. Smash
so hard. It's been, I love my life this past year.
That's so because good. Of that.
I'm like, I love where I'm feeling physically, and now
that's so good. I like
strong.
That.
Having muscles is fun.
Yay, muscle mommy.
It's so fun. Get some good quality sleep as often as you can. Smash.
Smash, but I've never experienced that.
Yeah. I don't sleep as much as I should, but I love me a good sleep.
Yeah, sleep is very important.
Have a beauty-specific self-care day. I'm unsure about this one.
It's a smash. Because I'm already planning a beauty-specific self-care day for myself. So I can't say pass, because that is something that I value, and I do feel a little bit out of whack when I don't do that every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get to the point where it's like I'm doing it so often that it's no longer like a fun, like a treat. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
I'll say smash because I don't do it often, but like a whole day.
Yeah, that might be a bit excessive, but I like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Reading for free using a library app.
I pass. I don't love reading on my phone.
Yeah, pass too.
I'd much prefer a book.
I'm also the psycho who likes buying books so I can scribble all over them, so.
I just like them to then I have them.
Ease those tired muscles with a yoga session.
Smash.
Love me some yoga. Love me some yin yoga. So much so that I might get certified in yin yoga, so.
Do it up, because then I don't have to pay so much for yin yoga. Because I didn't realize it was a thing. Like, I'd always, I guess, been doing yang yoga, which is weird to say, but I really enjoy yin yoga. Mm-hmm.
I just love stretching in a sauna, honestly.
Literally, hot yin yoga is where it's at.
Yeah. Sit by a peaceful body of water.
Oh, smash.
Yeah.
All capital letters.
So smash.
Yep.
Try a relaxing hobby.
Pass.
A smash. I get so involved in hobbies.
I don't have relaxing hobbies. Like, they'll be relaxing for a bit, and then like my perfectionism takes over, or like with coloring, because that's usually like an anxiety relieving thing.
So next one's a coloring book.
Oh, pass.
Yeah.
Because I just get so like I can't reuse the colors, and I'm so weird about where things have to go, and then I just get into like I'm just doing the rainbow over and over and over again because those are the colors that I like, and they just go. And then all of my...
Of course you have a plan for coloring.
I know, that's why it's stressful for me, because I can't just pick up a color and be like, this goes here. I have to think about where it is in relation to all the other colors.
Oh, that's such a journey sentence.
I know, right?
Such a journey sentence. Are you a Mak Jubes in this scenario?
Literally. Can you color? Or is it stressful?
During lockdown, when I had like nothing to do with my life, I literally did paint by numbers. Just you would like that because it tells you where to put it.
Yeah, I did one. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, but I would do coloring books and paint by numbers and just sit at the cabin and just chill for a minute.
I did puzzles. And now I want to do more puzzles now that we actually have a dining table, because I was just doing them on our coffee table and my back would just kill me. Yeah. So I want to get like a little bit better of a setup.
Yeah. Watch your favorite childhood movie.
Smash.
Yeah, smash. The amount of times I have forced my cousins to watch Pocahontas with me.
Yep. Okay, the other weekend I wasn't at home, and Bryce's brother sent me a Snapchat, and he's like, don't worry, I'm taking good care of Bryce for you. And they were watching Encanto, and Bryce had fallen asleep on the floor. And I was like, aw, because I make him watch Disney movies all the time. I was like, thanks, Reed.
That's sweet. Birdwatch.
Pass.
I'm gonna go pass for a personal thing. However, I know someone who's very into bird watching and how therapeutic it is for them. So,
yeah, I would probably. I guess I've never really done it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know that I have the patience.
Yep. Cultivate creative playlists as a mood booster.
Pass.
Smash. Love me some music. All my music is curated playlists.
Oh my goodness, I enjoy music, but I cannot choose it.
They are my playlists though. They're not themed really. They're all by mood. So whatever song brings that mood for me, it's all a shit mix though. Genres.
Oh yeah.
Absolute like.
That's a good way to do that.
Mix. Mm-hmm. Drink water. Smash. I love water.
Well, yeah, that's a smash-ish.
Smash-ish. Water's my favorite drink. Mm. Are you a Mac or a Juice?
Yes. It's good, but like, whatever.
Shake the energy of a long day by having a hot shower.
Smash.
I like having a shower. I'm not a hot shower person, though. I'm like a warm to cold shower person.
Yeah, I'm definitely a cooler shower person, but
having a shower, like when I'm having a bad day, just have a shower.
Just wash off the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll make this one the last one. Do a crossword puzzle or Sudoku. Pass. Those aren't relaxing for me.
I'd rather do a crossword puzzle than a Sudoku. So I would say smash to crossword, pass to Sudoku.
Okay. I'm gonna pass for both because I just like, just doesn't care. I just don't care for it.
Wait, no, I'm thinking word search. So pass to both of those actually.
Because crossword, you have to think
of
I
have to know it. Yeah, no, pass. 100%. I'll do a word search, but I'm not very good at the other one.
Yeah? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That'll be it. Anyways, that is our episode for today. If you like it or just like us, give us a like.
Yes,
follow,
subscribe,
rate,
review,
all the fun stuff that helps us. I'm Mak Joy.
I'm It's Jubes.
We are Sometimes Ciabatta Slaps on all of our socials.
Yes.
And sometimesciabattaslaps.com is our website. We have our past guests, all of our episodes, and we will be putting up our book club stuff on there. And we have so many ideas that eventually there might be 3 or 4 more tabs that are on that website. So if you want to keep up with it.
It'll be very busy.
Yes.
But yeah.
We also have a newsletter option on our website. So if you want to know updates from us, subscribe to that. We'll send out emails and
it'll be good.
All sorts of fun stuff.
So fun.
Yeah. I hope everyone has hope you have a beautiful day. I don't know what I was trying to say here.
Have a good day. Have a good week. Have a good month. We hope your Valentine's Day was full of love.
Self-love being the most important.
Exactly. And we hope you do something for yourself today and every day.
Yeah.
And with that, we will see you next week.
Ta-ta for now.
Bye.
Bye.